Hello and welcome back to Disorderly Tarot. Today we have another pick a card reading for you. It's based on your soulmate. I'm going to cover your relationship with your soulmate in another video, but in this video I'm just going to cover your soulmate, what they're like, their likes and dislikes, what they look like. We've got some extra cards I've made. I'm sorry about any noises you may hear in the background. My dog is in the room. She was sick this morning, so I'm feeling kind of sorry for her. So first I'd like you to choose a group. We've got group number 1 to group number 5. So here we have group number 1. This is honey calcite, beautiful crystal. Group number 2, we have amethyst. Group number 3, we have lapis lazuli. Some people call it lapis lazuli. We have group number 4 with celestite. And finally, group number 5 with labradorite. So if we all take a deep breath in and hold it and slowly let it out. And then pick a group from 1 to 5. So this is for you if you chose group 1, honey calcite. It's a beautiful stone. We're just going to pop it at the top for the rest of your reading. I already pulled one romance angel card in advance for you. However, I'm going to pull a second one. So group number 1, honey calcite. Group 1, honey calcite. Tell me about their soulmate. A bit more info on their soulmate. So I'm going to pop that one on top, put it to one side, and then we're just going to pull 3 tarot cards about your soulmate. So tell me about group 1 soulmate. Ooh, this one really wants to come out. Tell me about group 1 soulmate. Group 1 soulmate. Group 1 soulmate. Tell me about group 1 soulmate. I'm going to pull all the cards to begin with, and then we'll come back to them. Okay, so there will be some bonus cards that I've made for nearing the end of your reading, but we're going to start off with these. This is what we've pulled so far. So I'm going to have a look at the tarot that we pulled. So this is all about your soulmate, and first we have the Empress. Next we have the Knight of Pentacles. And last we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so we have great tarot cards for you, group number 1. I'm really happy for you and your soulmate. With the Empress, we have kind, nurturing, strong, powerful, divine, feminine energy. With the Knight of Pentacles, we have someone who will help you succeed in life. Someone who has big goals, big ambitions, but takes the time in to plan for them and to prepare for them. Then we have the Page of Pentacles, and with the Page we see someone who's ready to take on a new career path, a new journey. Something new is coming, and they've decided to change tracks. 2 of these cards are to do with Pentacles, money, career, work. So I'm seeing someone who's very ambitious, someone who knows what they want and will go and get it, someone who's strong. I'm feeling with this carrying a baby, this pregnancy, this person wants kids one day. This person's very family oriented. They have a good balance of both because they do take pride in their career. They have high goals, perhaps even high standards for themselves. They know what they want and they're going to go get it. But they're willing to take the time in to prepare this toolkit. You see, he's got tools strapped to his belt. They're willing to take the time in to prepare for their career, to prepare for relationships, to make sure things work in their favor. I mean, this is a great reading so far, so I'm really excited for you and your soulmate, group 1. Let's have a look at what else we got. So we pulled out Romance Angel cards. This was the first card that you chose your crystal dependent on. And this is wedding. This situation involves marriage. Wow. So this soulmate, I think this is someone you're going to end up with them. That's what I'm seeing. It's someone who's very committed. Someone who's only looking for stable, long-term relationships. I'm not seeing deceit here at all, but let's see the rest of your cards. So the other Romance Angel, we got romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So with this, I'm getting that you're very attracted to them. I mean, I think you're going to be attracted to them immediately. You're going to know that, have a feeling, have a sense that they're the one for you. I also, from this, think that they're a very romantic person. They will show their love towards you. We've got believe in the impossible, blue moon. So what this is suggesting is that they, your soulmate, they believe in the impossible. They see everything working out for them. I mean, I want to put it on this side actually, because to do with this career, I think their goals and ambitions are never too high for them. They believe anything is possible, anything can come true. So next we have Neptune, sacrifice, number 10. And we have Jupiter, abundance, number 7. What I'm seeing with these cards is, well, abundance is mirrored here because the Empress is all about abundance. A lot of gifts. Maybe they're a very giving person. They want everything in life, okay? They're not willing to just kind of go with the flow, to just settle for less. They want the best life possible. And with sacrifice, they're willing to sacrifice things to get to that stage. They're willing to spend time learning their craft before they jump into it. They're willing to take that time and effort to make something worthwhile. Seeing someone very hardworking, almost. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of kind of Capricorn energy, but we've got Jupiter, we've got Neptune. I don't know. I'm definitely seeing hardworking. Next, we have Morning. The world awaits you. So this really mirrors the energy I feel regarding this soulmate. Like, they wake up each day and they just think, so what's on the agenda for today? How am I going to make my dreams come true? They're very, very optimistic, always seeing the possibilities in life. Next, we have 8 people, new supportive connections. So they're good. They're good at reading people, is what I get from this. They're good at reading people and choosing friends, choosing the right people to hang around. I can't believe it. I'm not seeing anything negative so far. I mean, this is so positive. Someone who's so positive, who's so optimistic, who's picking out good people to have relationships and friendships with. And then we have receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. So perhaps that's how they show love. They're very gracious, very kind, very accepting. This is a very mature person. But then, funnily enough, we have the Page of Pentacles, and that can represent a young person. So I was almost thinking when I saw that earlier that this could be a younger person than you. Maybe there's a little bit of an age gap. Maybe not. because obviously they have a lot of maturity, or maybe there is that age gap, but then they're extra mature for their age. Group 1, I'm so jealous of you. I mean, I actually picked my own group at the beginning of this reading, and it wasn't group 1. I'm wishing it was. But I love these cards. I think we've given a brief overview of those. I made some extra cards because I was thinking we may get a full picture here where it's all positive, like we just have for you, or we may get a picture where it's all negative, like we may for other groups. And with every person, they're going to have some positive and negative aspects. So this is real, but it's not everything about them. I've made some positive and some negative cards, and I'm gonna pull some positive first, and then I'll pull a negative trait too. They're to do with personality traits, really, these new cards. Oh, I'm feeling this one. Okay. So you have kind, thoughtful, which is actually very much what I was feeling. I mean, with this, receive with love and appreciation, gracious acceptance is a way to show love. They are kind and thoughtful. That's definitely what I was feeling for them. Someone very sweet. And we're going to take a negative trait too. Traits are interpreted differently by everyone. And something that I see as negative, perhaps you won't. Something I see as positive, perhaps you wouldn't. By making cards for both, I think we get a mix of those. So I pulled distant. And you know, I was kind of feeling that. That's really weird. It's not in any of your cards. And they're so kind and thoughtful and loving, but distant, I'm feeling like distant is what I get here with this sacrifice, this belief in the impossible, this career-oriented person. They're going for everything they've ever wanted. And maybe that comes off as distant sometimes. Maybe they're not always there for their loved ones. They're always making new connections. So I believe their friendship circle is growing all the time. I think they're always taking on new friends, new allies. And maybe their former friends feel that this person becomes distant. This person's not always talking to them. This person has new things they're involved in, and kind of disappears for a while. So I guess that's the negative trait that you need to be wary of. This works for some people. I know personally I'm an Aquarius. Aquarius is my sun sign, my moon sign. It shows up a lot in my chart. And I really resonate with that area of Aquarius. In relationships, I need space. Also, I've got a Sagittarius Venus, so that kind of echoes that too. I'm fine with long distance relationships. I'm fine with having space from someone. I'm fine with someone being distant. If that's someone's negative trait, cool, throw it on me. But there are other people who aren't fine with it. There are other people who want their soulmate, their partner, to be with them all the time. So if you're one of those people who needs a lot of love and affection and attention from your partner, this negative trait could be a problem for you. That could be a hurdle that you need to work overcome together. Let's have a look at their eye colour next. We got mixed. So what mixed means for eye colour is that there might be flecks of different colours in their eyes, or it can mean that we've got a mixed group here. So I'm sorry if that is the case, but that means it's kind of like an unknown, a wild card. We don't know what their eye colour is. It could be anything. Or as I just said, it could be a mix of colours. So you know, some people have like flecks of brown and green eyes, that kind of thing. That's mixed. We're gonna have a look at your soulmate's hair colour. Feeling this one? Okay. So we got coloured hair or other. It's very interesting. I feel like this person is so mysterious. I mean, you've got both of the kind of other groups here. So they may dye their hair, that's what the coloured means. It may be bright colors, or it could just be dyed to anything other than their natural color. And then we've got other as well. So, ooh, that really could be anything. I would leave those two open. I think the cards just don't want to tell us what this person's hair and eye color is. Very interesting though. I really like the mystery behind this. Like, we've got this distant person who's otherwise so incredible. Like, everything's good about them. At least in my eyes, everything's good. They're very ambitious. So next we're gonna have a look at their clothing style. Colourful clothing. Ooh, I like that. This person's not down for just anything boring. They want fun. I mean, they might have colourful hair and colourful clothing. I like that. You know, I'm seeing this girl's blue hair and I'm feeling it. And we've got so much colour in our cards too. I know that can happen a lot, but we've got red, green, purple, blue, pink. It's just, I'm feeling colourful vibes. And especially with this, they're kind of very feminine, but they are also so open to new opportunities, new career paths, new ventures, new ambitions, new goals. And yet I'm feeling grounded because they're looking for something committed. And lastly, just as a bonus round, I thought we'd look at what kind of dates they'd like. What's their dating style like? So we got top golf, rock climbing. So this person is adventurous and they like fun. That's what I'm seeing with that one. They're not afraid to kind of do something new, do something exciting. I mean, we very much have that here. I know they plan for it usually. In terms of dates, I think they're ready to just set sail, have fun together. So yeah, you're looking at someone who would take you on exciting dates, nothing ordinary. I know a lot of people do go to top golf and rock climbing on dates, but I mean, it's not boring, is it? It's always going to be interesting. You don't know who's going to win. You don't know what exactly will happen. It leaves room for conversation, but it's not conversation focused. So that's all I've got here for you today, group one. And I just want to quickly cover, I guess, an overview of your soulmate. So we've got someone who's committed and is not afraid to show their romantic side. They are thoughtful and kind. They accept love. They're willing to accept love. They are nurturing, caring, feminine, positive, looking towards a family life. They believe in the impossible. They're willing to go the extra mile to make their dreams come true, even if it includes sacrifices. They make new friends all the time, very quickly. And the only negative trait I see is that they could be distant. Very colourful person, but they could be distant. That could be something that you may need to work through, or it may be something that you just accept and you're fine with that. Thank you very much for watching, group one. Please leave a like down below if you enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment and subscribe too. I would love to hear what you have to say and whether any of this resonated with you. I look forward to hearing about your soulmate. I hope you do find them very soon. It's all beautiful here. I love this reading. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hello, group number two. So this is for you if you picked the amethyst. I'm just going to pop that up the top for your reading. And here we have your romance angel card. I'm just going to put that to one side for the moment and pick your other cards. So we're going to take a second romance angel for group two soulmate. Group two soulmate. And your tarot for your soulmate, group two soulmate. Group two soulmate. Group two soulmate. Okay. So let's start with your tarot, group number two. we have the Nine of Wands to start your reading. Then we have the Two of Cups. And lastly, we have the Three of Pentacles. So with your cards group 2, I'm definitely getting a picture of someone. So the Nine of Wands shows someone who's fighting many battles, already fought many battles, but is looking ahead to more that might come her way. Okay, I think there's 2 groups who have selected group 2. I think there might be one group of you whose soulmate has fought a lot in their life, and they're so strong that they're ready for whatever comes their way. They're ready to fight more. Maybe they've been through a lot, had a lot of obstacles in their way. They've had a hard life. And then I'm seeing a second group of people whose soulmate battles with something. It could be an addiction. It could be a family member. It could be some sort of past trauma, but there's a recurring thing they're battling with, a recurring person or problem or addiction, something that they're constantly trying to fight, but they haven't given up. They haven't given up. That's the good news. They're willing to keep fighting it for however long it takes. And they're strong. I see them as a very strong individual. Then we have the Two of Cups and the Three of Pentacles, which is very strange. to get kind of opposite energy almost from these cards. The Two of Cups very much is romantic attraction, compatibility, partnership, trust. And then the Three of Pentacles is about working together, working with people, working cooperatively. So I'm seeing someone who likes people, likes to be surrounded by people, likes to work together with people, doesn't like people falling out with each other. And then with the Two of Cups, they're very trustworthy, they're dependable, they're in it for the long haul. So let's have a look at your romance angels. So the one that I picked up first was express your love. This is the one that came with your crystal. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So they'll be great at showing their love to you, to anyone really. And they make romantic gestures, so you'll know it when they fall for you. They'll make it clear. And the other romance angel, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So I see these romance angels as their idea of a perfect relationship. So I believe your soulmate, they will make all the romantic gestures and they're willing to be vulnerable with someone they love. They open up to them. I wonder if that might be the cause of all this pain that they've had to deal with, these wars they've had to fight. I wonder if they're maybe too open with people. I don't know if you class that as a thing. Some people do, some people don't. But perhaps they've been very open to people and they love company so much that they're willing to be that open. And then that's hurt them in the past. But they're still super trusting. They're so trusting. And maybe that's why they've been so open with these people, because they're just so trusting of others. So next we have a Moonology card. This is a new start is coming, new moon. So this might be their current situation at this point in time, or it may be where they end up when you first meet them. They might be having a new start in life, but something new is coming for them. Next we have 2 Moon Soul. So with that card, I see a soulmate. I see someone who has soulmate potential. And with Moon, I'm very much getting intuitive vibes. So maybe I think they know that their soulmate is out there for them and they're waiting for them. They're trying to get their life together before they show up. They know you're out there. I think they're quite intuitive in general. So they may be into tarot reading themselves or some sort of psychic gift or just very spiritual. I'm really seeing that they're so fond of love. I'm seeing a lot of love in your reading. And even when they've been through all these horrible, horrific battles, they're still willing to love. Wow. And then we have 9, Uranus Genius. I don't know what to say about that. Maybe they are a genius. Someone who's very intelligent. Wow. Intelligent, loving, kind. Yes, they've fought many battles, but wow, they're a good person. Next, we have 3, Cycle Increase. So this card talks about growth and expansion. And what I'm seeing is these battles, these wars will end, but it calls for a lot of planning on your soulmate's behalf. I think they need to really work on themselves and work on whatever the problems are, whatever these issues are that they're having to fight, and they'll be able to get through them. They'll be able to go forward in their cycle of life. I just realised I didn't pick Believe in Your Own Magic card for Group 2 Soulmate, so we're going to do that now. We've got Sundress, do it for you. I'm thinking this is linked to these battles too. I mean, maybe they're fighting all these wars and they're not even their own wars. There's something that they're not doing for themselves. They're not always looking out for their interests. They're sometimes looking out for others' interests. That's what I'm feeling from there. And your last card, we have Be in the Present and Dream of the Future. When we dream, everything is possible. So again, I'm seeing they find it difficult to stay in the present. They're okay with dreaming of the future, and they very much look at their past. They see all these battles that they fought and they hurt over them. This card is telling your soulmate that they need to look at the present too. So they're very dreamy. I see dreaminess, intuition, looking towards the future and seeing this soulmate, seeing you in their future, waiting for this new start. But they find it very hard to be in the present, to get out of these wars, to stop fighting them, to put an end to whatever's causing these battles in the first place. That's what they're struggling with. They have a beautiful, dreamy nature, and they're smart. That's what I get from this Uranus Genius, a very smart individual. Potential to do so much, potential to increase, to grow. Good at working with others, and good at working in pairs, good at working by themselves. They are incredible, force to be reckoned with, but they don't quite realize it. They don't do everything for themselves. They do things for others a lot. Maybe don't focus on themselves enough. So now I have some bonus cards that I made to just get a better idea of them. I'm gonna do a positive trait first. Interesting. Yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that with this genius. This is an interesting person. Someone who's interesting, someone who's smart. Wow. Lucky you. I want someone interesting. Let's do a negative for Group 1 Soulmate. That's weird. This one like really wanted to come out, which is making me want to pick it. I'm going to take it even though I really hadn't shuffled yet, but I had said it. Moody. Wow. That's a strong card. So the fact that it just came right out. There's a negative trait for your soulmate. So perhaps they can be moody at times. I mean, Moon is all about emotions, so very emotional. I was going to say the negative traits can be interpreted differently by different people, but pretty sure no one likes moodiness. But there's a little price to pay for how great this person seems, and it's something that can be worked on over time. But yeah, that's the only negative aspect I'm seeing of this soulmate. Next, I want to have an idea of what your soulmate looks like, Group 2. Obviously, it's going to go with the majority that chose this pile. It doesn't mean necessarily your soulmate will have these eyes, but the majority of people who pick this, their soulmate will have this eye colour. So we have mixed. So I'm seeing that there'll be a range. It's not wanting to give away what the eye colour is. It may be mixed, so it may be like freckles of brown in green eyes, that kind of thing. Or it could just be that everyone who chose this group has soulmates with different eye colours, so there's a mix. Next, we'll take a hair colour for your soulmate, group 2. Wow, there we go. Auburn. I'm feeling kind of autumnal hair colours, so red, browns, chestnuts, ginger, those kind of warm colours. That's what I'm seeing in hair colours for your soulmate. And then we'll have a look at what kind of clothes they wear. We have smart clothing, suits. So maybe this genius has been put into action and they have a great job. Something that would require them to wear a suit. I'm seeing someone who's very well dressed, someone who really suits up and suits it like it's made for them. They're gonna look good at like occasions or on a wedding day if you ever get married, or choose to get married. I'm seeing someone who, yeah, dresses up well and likes to go to nice fancy places. Lastly, I have a few dating ideas. So I wanted to see what group 2's soulmate likes in terms of dating. Oh, how cute. River walks, picnic in the park. So that's what your soulmate likes doing on a date. They like going for walks by the river. They like picnics in the park. Very romantic. And I really saw that here because like, with the genius and the smart side, and also getting to know each other, so they really want to be vulnerable around them. They really want to get to know their partner, so talk about everything. It's really in the head, in the mind. You really get to know each other when you're in these kind of atmospheres, these romantic atmospheres where you get a chance to talk. So if you're walking by a river or having a picnic in the park, your one-on-one time is majorly increased on a date because you're together alone. So you get to talk, you get to chat, you get to find out about each other, you get to know each other really well. And that's what this person likes because they really want to get to know you. They want to get to know you before they express their love maybe. They want to know you inside out. They're really going to know you, group 2. Your soulmate wants to know everything about you. They're very emotional too, very connected to their emotions, which can come off as moody at times, but they're extremely interesting. They have a great brain. They fought many battles, so they probably have a lot of stories to tell. I think they've had some ventures here as well. That's what I'm seeing from that. And they're looking for their soulmate. They're looking for this new start. And you know, they know that they need to stop fighting these battles at some point. They need to win. They need to be done with them. And they need to do things for themselves because maybe they focus too much on their lovers, their friends, their family, and not enough on themselves. Very into smart clothing. So I'm seeing someone who's got so many sides to them, but yeah, they're smart. They've got a good job. Thank you for watching, group 2. I hope you enjoyed learning about your future soulmate, and I really hope you get to meet them soon. If you enjoyed this reading, please leave a like down below. Feel free to comment if you want to let me know what resonated with you or anything else really. And please subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more pick a card readings in the future. Bye. Group 3. This is your reading. So if you chose the lapis lazuli, I'm just gonna pop that up there. This is your reading. So I'm just going to put this Romance Angel card to one side for the moment. And we're going to find out about your soulmate, group number 3. So group 3 soulmate. And let's get some tarot cards for group 3 soulmate. So first, group number 3, we're going to have a look at your tarot for your soulmate. So we have the 2 of Pentacles. Then we have Death. lastly, we have the Knight of Wands. So what I'm seeing about your soulmate group number 3 is quite a few different things. The Two of Pentacles represents a balancing act, juggling things. It can be an inclination that there's some perfectionism. So your soulmate might be a perfectionist, might be trying to make everything perfect, get everything just right. However, it may also mean that they juggle a lot of different things. Maybe they have more than one job, or they have a lot going on, many friendships, things to juggle in daily life. Then we have the Death card. The Death card speaks about the end of something, an ending. Now, obviously, it could mean that your soulmate has dealt with death in the past. So perhaps a close family member or friend has died and they had to move through that, and that would have been a very good, difficult loss for them. It can also mean that they lost something else. So maybe a job didn't work out, perhaps a strong past relationship they had didn't work out. That's what the Death card signifies. But it doesn't mean that your future is not going to be bright. It doesn't mean that your soulmate's future is not going to be incredible. It just means that they've dealt with death in the past. They've dealt with loss in the past. And then we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands shows, as you can see in this card, there's a witch flying off in a broomstick towards this dragon that breathes fire. And the Knight of Wands shows a young, passionate, adventurous soul, someone who is not afraid of anything. Someone who's inquisitive, who's eager, who's forceful, who's brave, who's strong. That's what we see with the Knight of Wands. So I'm seeing a soulmate who may be younger than you. That can be represented with this Knight card. But also someone who is not afraid of anything, will swim into the shark's mouth. Not scared at all. Has faced some sort of loss, some sort of huge loss, and has still come out fighting. And then with the Two of Pentacles, I'm seeing someone who takes on a lot, is able to take on a lot. There may be moments where this becomes too much for them, but most of the time they seem to be charging through, going full speed ahead. Now let's see what we get from your Oracle cards, group 3. First, your Romance Angels. So first we'll take the one that your crystal was sitting on at the beginning of this reading. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Now, could that be more fitting? That was exactly what I was seeing. So with this Death card, they've definitely lost someone in the past. I don't know if it's a past relationship or if it's just a loved one that they've lost. They're going to be doing some healing to let all of that go. And once they let that go, they'll be ready for you. Then we have children. Your love life is being affected by children. So with this Romance Angel card, I'm seeing that there's someone who wants children with their future partner. Whether or not you get married is completely up to you and your decision, but I'm seeing that they want kids. Or if they don't want kids, perhaps there are a lot of kids already in their lives. So they may already have kids with someone before you meet them. They may have left that partner but have had kids with them in their previous relationship. Or they may have younger brothers and sisters who are still kids. Or perhaps they work in a school or somewhere else where they would have daily interactions with children. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So they may have a lot of Aries in their natal chart. That's always a possibility. But it's going really well with this Wands energy. I'm feeling this person, your soulmate, may be a fire sign. I don't really get into astrology that much in these pick a card readings, but it's an option. They could be a fire sign. That's what I'm feeling. Someone who is quite fiery, quite lively, very passionate, definitely. Next we have 11th house, friends, number 35. So what I get from this is that they have a lot of friends. I think that might be one of the things they're juggling with. I think you're going to be best friends with your soulmate. That seems to be what they look for in romance. They look for a best friend. They look for someone they share everything with. Next, we have 7 intention, the honoring path. So what I see with this card is self-honor, self-respect. I believe your soulmate will not let others disrespect them. They will not take that lightly. They really have a lot of love for themselves, and they won't let anyone take that away from them. They won't let anyone threaten them. They may also have some sort of fame, and that's an option here that is celebrated, or they may be into drama, theatrical performances. I see them on stage, or perhaps musician, that sort of thing. That's what I'm seeing here. Maybe in their free time, their hobby is to make music. Next, we have sun. Paint the sun back into your sky. Now, that's an absolutely beautiful card. However, I'm not sure what its meaning is here. I mean, perhaps they're artistic if we put these together. But what I'm feeling is that they're the sun. And perhaps they went through a stage of self-doubt. Perhaps they were bullied or something else got them down. And to get over that, they had to paint the sun back into their sky. They had to cheer themselves up. They had to realize their worth. So I believe that's what they did. I believe they regained their self-confidence, and that's what I see with this, the honoring path card. Honesty is essential. Speak with love and truth. So this is someone who's sincere, who's truthful. You're never going to have a problem with honesty in this relationship. I think they'll always be telling you the truth, and they'll want to be kind. They'll want to be speaking with love. So next we have some bonus cards I made. First, we can look at positive traits. So we have strong as their positive trait. I don't think that could be more spot on. That was exactly what I was seeing here with the fiery climax approaching, full moon in Aries and the Knight of Wands. This is someone who is strong. This is the sun. This is all powerful. It's a very admirable quality. They can get through anything. They can get through this loss, this death. Let's have a look at negative. This one will just not leave the top. So I'm really feeling drawn to it. We will see what it is. Stuck in their ways. Stuck in their ways. So with these negative traits, they may not necessarily be negative. It's your own interpretation of them. I'm seeing that your soulmate is very used to this strong, independent, warrior-like personality that they have. And I think that might be why it takes them so long to forgive and learn and release whatever this loss is, whether it's an ex or a family member or a friend. I think it's going to take them some time to get over it, because they're very stuck in their ways. They're very used to things being as they always have been. They're very used to acting a certain way. Yeah, so that may be something they need to work on when they're with you, or something you choose to work on together. Next, I have some cards that focus on their looks. So when I draw these, we will get an idea of what the majority of group 3's soulmates, what their looks are like. However, it just goes with the majority. So there may be a few people who picked this group who have soulmates with different eye colours or hair colours. So first we're just having a look at eye colours, possible eye colours for group 3 soulmate. So for eye colours, we got medium brown / amber. We've got medium brown or amber eyes. And let's have a look at hair colour. We got chestnut brown for hair. So we've got brown eyes and brown hair. And next we'll just have a look at what type of clothes they wear. What's their clothing style like? We've got black clothing. So maybe they like to wear a lot of black, quite dark clothes. That's what I'm seeing. Perhaps kind of like, it's making me think of goths and emos, which is the obvious thing that you think of when you think of black clothing. But maybe they're just, they prefer darker outfits. I know I prefer dark outfits. And the last little bonus card we've got is about what kind of dates they like to go on. So the kind of dates your soulmate likes to go on, we've got rooftop bar. Rooftop bar. So I'm thinking this strong person that's stuck in their ways, they liked their fancy dates. Rooftop bar is like the fanciest date I can think of. They're gonna treat you, hopefully. I don't see actually a lot of cards about sharing, giving, kindness. I don't see those kind of things, so I'm not sure. Your soulmate could be very kind too, and that just hasn't come up in the reading. They're definitely honest and they're full of passion, but they want to be treated. They want to be taken to a rooftop bar. They might be taking you to one too, but they have expensive taste. That's definitely what I'm feeling from this fiery soul. So to recap, your soulmate has been through some sort of loss, some sort of death of something, whether it's a job or a family member or a friend, losing them or their actual death. It's affected them in a big way. It's going to take them a while to forgive and learn from it, to release them. Even if it's a ex-partner, to release them, it's going to take them a while. But they do want kids in the future. That's what I'm feeling for the majority of them. And they're always balancing things. They're balancing friends, they're balancing work, they're balancing love life. They have a lot of friends. They're very devoted to their friends, very like to be around people all the time. They like to be around people. They've been through some sort of, I want to call it a depression almost, but not loving themselves enough. And they've now, by the time you meet them, I feel they would have painted the sun back into their sky. They will be feeling better. They will be having a lot of self-respect, a lot of self-love, self-appreciation, self-worth. And they are, by this point, the Knight of Wands. They're setting sail on an adventure and they don't care how dangerous it is because they are brave, they are strong, they are fiery. I'm feeling a fire sign. And we've got brown hair, brown eyes. They like dark clothing. They're very strong, however, they're stuck in their ways, yet honest, and they have expensive taste. So that is all for you, group number 3. I hope you enjoyed hearing about your soulmates. Please leave a like down below if you enjoyed this video, and feel free to comment. Let me know if any of this resonates with you. I'd also like to hear anything else you have to say in the comments, and feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more pick a card readings in the future. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. So group number 4, this is a reading about your soulmate if you chose the Celestite. We're just going to pop that up the top there for your reading. And we're going to pop this Romance Angel card to one side and just get you a second one. Feeling that one? We're going to get all your cards at the beginning. So group 4 soulmate. Okay, so group 4, we will start with your tarot cards. We have the 8 of Swords, the Then we have the Queen of Cups. Then we have Judgment. So with this spread, I'm seeing that your soulmate is somewhat of a wounded soldier. That's what I'm getting here. So with the Eight of Swords, I feel as if this soulmate has been through quite a lot. I'm also getting a sense that they might be someone who has panic attacks quite frequently and a lot of anxiety. If you look at this card, there's a witch whose wrists are tied in string and she's blindfolded. Now she's unable to see that the string around her wrists isn't actually tied, it's loose. So if she just pulled her arms apart, it would come unraveled and she'd be able to remove her blindfold, she'd be able to see everything around her. She also has a companion, the cat, who's trying to help her knock down one of the swords. And there's this little blue bird resting on one of the swords, which is perched there almost like a ray of light, some hope in the background. So with these swords, it's as if she's too frightened. She's too frightened of what may be around her. She doesn't realize that she has the power to unravel the ribbon around her wrist and set herself free. So I'm seeing this person as someone who doesn't really believe in themselves, doesn't see that they can get past everything around them, and maybe is overwhelmed by their emotions. Now we can see they are full of emotions. That's what the Queen of Cups shows. Someone who is full of love, full of passion, gives out help and advice whenever needed by any of their friends or anyone they know. A very helpful person, a very loving person, someone who provides hugs and comfort for everyone around them. However, the Queen of Cups can take this too far. So they can be so caring towards others that they use up everything that's in their cup, essentially, and they end up kind of burnt out. So this is talking about someone who will do a lot for others, maybe to the point where they overwhelm themselves, they exhaust themselves, they're emotionally exhausted, emotionally fatigued. That's what I'm seeing here. Someone who gives and gives and gives and gives, almost too much. And with Judgment, it talks about others either judging us harshly or judging ourselves too harshly. So that's what I'm seeing for your soulmate. I'm seeing someone who is very emotional. I would say they're very sensitive. They wouldn't want to go near so many swords because they'd feel hurt by them just being in their presence. That's what I'm seeing here. Someone who gets hurt very easily and has been judged in the past. Someone who has maybe been hurt in the past, so they go out to help others because they don't want others to feel that same pain that they felt. That's what I'm seeing for your soulmate group 4. Let's have a look at the romance angels to see if we can see anything more clearly. So first I want to look at the one that was placed under your crystal. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So I see travel as a big thing for your soulmate. I mean, they want to spend time together, so they love spending time with people. I think they're definitely a people person, someone who loves pleasing others. And when they find their soulmate, when they find you, they're going to want to spend every moment with you. And your honeymoon will probably be a highlight for them. The next romance angel says, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So this is nothing to do with you, group number 4 that are watching this. This is to do with your soulmate. And what I see here is that maybe in the past, people have used them. They have been very vulnerable, and that's what we see here with them not being in control of their emotions. I'm seeing that people have hurt them because they'll do anything for others. And they've really cared about people who have had red flags that they've ignored. They've cared about the wrong people in the past. So we've got 2 Moonology cards. I was hoping for 1, but sometimes we get 2, and that's what happened here. We've got Prosperity Lies Ahead, New Moon in Taurus. So with this, I'm seeing luck in the future. And I almost wish your soulmate could be watching this group number 4, because I think you are their luck. You're what's coming in the future. They've had all these past hurts caused by these people who have shown red flags and they've just been missing it. But luck's coming their way. And then we have surrender to the divine, full moon. So this is telling them to just let go. Let go of this idea that there are swords around you. Let go of what's tying your wrists together and just be free. Be yourself, enjoy being yourself, and just be free. And do not feel the need to help everyone. You can't help everyone. I think that's what your soulmate needs to know. They really want to help the world. They want to help people, and they go to extreme lengths to do this, even if it's hurting them. They've got to make a better judgment call. And hopefully they will, and that's why we see this prosperity lies ahead, because things will get better once they surrender. So we have 1, Sun, Spirit. So with this Sun card, and it being Spirit, we see creativity, generosity, passion. A lot of the things we saw earlier. So we saw passion in the Queen of Cups. Generosity is mirrored in how much the Queen of Cups is willing to do for others. It really does reflect the Queen of Cups quite well, this Sun Spirit card. So this is a generous soulmate. This is someone who's very giving and may have a creative side too, may have creative hobbies or a creative job. And we have second house owning 26. So this card is about money, owning a lot, luxury. I'm thinking your soulmate may have either been brought up with a lot of money, maybe their family has a lot of money, or they've found a job that works for them and they're able to provide now. They're able to buy a house, they're able to provide for themselves and their family for the rest of their lives. There's this person who is rich in terms of money. 5, intention, back and forth. So this is someone who goes back and forth a lot, doesn't know where they're headed, gets lost on their path. And I mean, I see that in Judgment and I see that in the 8 of Swords. I see someone who is quite indecisive, will let words hurt them sometimes, will let other people's judgments hurt them sometimes. Someone who won't let go of people easily. So these people who have had red flags in the past, they didn't just let them go. They kept helping them and it didn't do them any favors. As I said, vulnerability. Then we have Princess. You can be your own knight. I mean, those are words that your soulmate kind of needs to hear. They can look after themselves. They just need that extra push, that bit of confidence, that realization that they are such a giving and loving person. And maybe just finding the right people, because they clearly haven't been around the right people in the past. And we have actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. So that's how I believe they will express their love. I believe they're very clear. And when they love someone, that other person will know it through all that they do for them. They will be so giving, but at the same time, they will listen and they will try and give advice whenever you need it. They're a very supportive partner. Your soulmate is someone who gives and loves at the same time. So as a little bonus, I've got some extra cards I made to have a look into your soulmate's personality and also their looks. So what we've got first are some positive traits for your soulmate. So we have sociable, which is definitely something I was feeling. This person is sociable. Everyone's going to gravitate towards your soulmate because they're so giving, they're so caring. Who wouldn't want to be around them? That's what we get from sociable. And let's get at the negative trait, because everyone has positive and negative aspects. Negative aspects can be interpreted differently by everyone. So some people will see things as negative, but other people won't. We've got untidy. So fruitful, your soulmate might be a bit of a mess. So they might care about people a lot. I mean, I am kind of getting this with untidy emotions. I think their emotions are really all over the place when it comes to other people. So yeah, I'm seeing untidy emotions, but for some of you who are watching this, I think your soulmate is physically untidy too. So maybe they keep a messy room, keep a messy house. They don't wash up after themselves immediately. They may leave out plates from the day before, that kind of thing. I see someone who's a bit of a mess. But that's okay. That's something that can easily be worked on over time. So next we'll have a look at the eye color of your soulmate. We have blue-green for their eyes. That's lovely. That's really like pretty combo. And let's have a quick look at hair color for group 4's soulmate. So we have white, blonde, gray. And you know, I haven't had this feeling before, but I've suddenly got a feeling to pull another one. So, I mean, maybe there are two groups here. Group 4's soulmate. That one wants it to come black. So we've got white, blonde / grey and black hair. They're opposites. I mean, unless maybe there could be some that are black and going grey. We've got like real monochrome opposites of the spectrum, and with blue-green eyes. That's such a random mix. So yeah, take what you will from that. Obviously, not everyone's going to have their soulmate reflected in every card, but we get the gist of them. So next we're going to have a look at your soulmate's clothing. And we have black clothing. So again, we've got black hair, black clothing. I'm getting emo goth vibes like I did with the last group. But your cards are very, very different to the last groups. But yeah, we've got black clothing here. So maybe they like dark clothing. That's what they favor. And then lastly, we've got what kind of dates your soulmate would like to go on. We have unusual, atypical. So this is someone who likes very different dates, you know, not the usual. Maybe they come up with them themselves. That's what I'm actually thinking. I'm thinking this is someone who's a little bit quirky and they're earning good money, but their emotional side of their life is kind of out of control at times because they've been so giving, so loving towards so many people that sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes people hurt them. Sometimes they read people wrong, but they show their love through their actions. And I'm seeing that along with being sociable, they like to do things out of the norm. And when it comes to dates, they love coming up with unusual date ideas. That's what I'm seeing here. That's why they're so into this honeymoon idea. They love romance and they want to show their partner how much they mean to them by coming up with new, fun, interesting ideas, going on adventures with them. That's what I'm seeing for group 4's soulmate. So I hope you enjoyed your reading, group number 4. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like down below if you did. I'd also love to hear anything that resonated for you down in the comments section. And if you have any other things you'd like to leave me, messages you'd like me to hear, please leave them down below. I would also very much appreciate it if you subscribe to this channel, as I hope to do many more pick a card readings in the future. Thank you for watching. Bye. So if you chose group number 5, this Labradorite, this is your pick a card reading about your soulmate. I'm just going to pop that stone up there for the rest of your reading. And we will pick your cards. So I'm going to get you a second Romance Angel card, group 5. Get some tarot cards for group 5 soulmate. So first we shall start with your tarot. We have the Five of Cups. We have Temperance. And we have the King of Swords. So Group 5, from your tarot spread, I'm seeing your soulmate as someone who may be quite pessimistic. They definitely notice things that haven't worked out for them. So either they're pessimistic in general, or they're stuck focusing on things in the past that haven't gone in their favour, and they're not always able to notice the blessings they do have, the things that are going right for them. That's what I'm seeing with this. Someone who notices loss. They may have been through loss of some sort in their life. That's what I'm feeling with that card there. Then we have Temperance. This is all about balance. And I believe that's something that this person has down. Your soulmate is great at balancing work life, family life, friends, and their partners. And then your soulmate, with the King of Swords, I'm seeing someone who's very logical, very practical, and perhaps not so secure in their emotions. They may come off as detached or distant at times because they're very logical. And I'm seeing lots of books which are making me think of knowledge. I think this soulmate is very knowledgeable, very smart, studious. Let's have a look at your romance angels. So first we're going to look at the card that was under your crystal at the beginning. Guess what? It says, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So you and your soulmate, you're meant to be. And this makes me feel like they have some sort of intuition that you're coming for them, that there is someone made for them out there. And they're almost calling for you already. And then we have, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So I'm thinking, even though they have balance within themselves, because they're so distant, when their cups have spilled over, they don't get support from their friends. They don't ask for any. And if any friends come up to them saying, oh, I can help you with this, or oh, if you're having a hard time, just message me, just call me, just talk to me. They're not the kind of person who will reach out and respond to that. They're someone who will say, oh yeah, sure. Or, oh no, everything's fine, don't worry about me. That's what I'm seeing from your soulmate. Someone who is not very emotional, not very good at dealing with emotions. I'm thinking of, if you're into astrology, air signs, people who are not so good at showing their emotions. So here we have luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. I'm thinking your soulmate is someone who's quite lucky. Maybe things work out for them in life and they may not even realize they're working out for them as much as they are. And then we have a time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. So perhaps this is a struggle for your person. I'm feeling it might be a struggle for them to give emotionally to anyone. You know, they can listen to people's emotions, but they're not so good at sharing their own. Next, we have 9th house, faith, 33. So there's something I believe in. They may be religious, or they may just be intuitive. I was wondering if that was what calling in your soulmate was referring to, that they actually are calling for you. I mean, there are people who pray in this world. There are people who meditate, people who manifest, and perhaps they're someone who believes in those things and does those things. Or perhaps they're just someone who is very religious. Then we have 2 spirit, your higher self. So yes, I'm definitely seeing someone who is in touch with themselves, who is in touch with their soul. I think your soulmate really knows their own soul. So they may not be in touch with their emotions, but they're in touch with their soul and their brain with this King of Swords. I don't know if they're not religious, I think perhaps they do just believe in themselves and they believe things will work out in the end. Maybe they have a pessimistic view in the short term, and that's what we've got with the Five of Cups. But in the long term, they know things are going to work out. I'm going to have a quick look at the book because I've got a couple of tarot books. I want to have a look at the Five of Cups and see if there's anything other than pessimism that I can get from that. So this card does talk about loss, as I was speaking about earlier, but it also speaks about regret. So they may have some regrets over past decisions or past relationships that didn't quite work out. And maybe when they were finding themselves in this pessimistic frame of mind, they were talking to their higher selves and trying to figure out how they can move forward. This may have been something they dealt with in the past, this pessimistic view on life. But I do see that they found balance. So I think by the time you meet them, they've found balance. And this Five of Cups energy may not be a problem anymore. Maybe something of the past. We have sun. Paint the sun back into your sky. I actually had this in another group's reading. So yes, this is that same coming out of pessimism. That's funny, just after I was speaking about that. It's making your world okay again after heartache, after pain. And I think that's what this person has learned to do. They've learned to regain luck. They've learned how to get through this loss here. And we have bitch fire. Stand up for yourself. I mean, that's power. That's pure power. I think this person has got to this stage. By the time that they're standing up for themselves, they've got to this King of Swords stage where they're smart, they're intellectual, they've got their emotions in lock. I mean, that may make them come off as detached and distant in the future. It depends on this individual. They can be fiery if they want to be fiery. We've also got Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. But I think this person's natal chart is a mix of signs because we've got signs all over the board. We've got Cups, which is a water sign. We've got Swords, air sign. We've got Sagittarius, fire sign. And we've got Virgo, which is an earth sign. So we've got all the different elements of astrology in here. So yes, this person is balanced. This person is definitely balanced. And we have turn on your heart light. Reflect on a time when you experienced love. So I think maybe that is what this person needed to do to get out of that frame of mind that they were in earlier. They were in such a pessimistic frame of mind. And I think to get through that, they had to notice the people who really do love them and the friends who actually would give them support if they asked for it, if they were open to it. I think that's what your soulmate did. I'm seeing quite a full picture now. I'm seeing there was this loss, there was this pain. At first they were stuck in it, and maybe they weren't able to give. They were sad. So they sought help eventually from their higher selves and also from their friends, and maybe even from faith. And when they got that help, they found balance and they became this King of Swords. Has their emotions in check and works on logic and practicality. And luck was on their side and the sun was back in their sky and they were able to stand up for themselves. So I think by the time they get to you, they're going to be strong. I'm seeing power here. They can stand up for themselves. So now I have a few bonus cards that I made. So we have some positive traits. So we have interesting. Your soulmate is interesting. I like that. And I mean, that's what I see in the King of Swords because they're so knowledgeable. I see a bit of like quirk to them, a bit of eccentricity. And I think that's what comes off as interesting to you. And then we're going to take a negative trait. Now these are negative. They're my view of negative, but may not be everyone's view of negative. So take it as you wish. Unfaithful. Wow, that's a harsh one. I mean, they're your soulmate, so I don't see them as being unfaithful to you, but obviously if you see that happening, don't put up with it, whether they're your soulmate or not. No one deserves to be cheated on or that disrespect. When I saw this, a time to give rather than take, I very much thought that your soulmate is not used to giving. That's not the norm for them. And this unfaithful, I think it could be that they're unfaithful to their job. They may not be able to decide on a job very easily, pick and choose career. I don't see a lot about money or career in this reading. However, they may be unfaithful to their friends. So when things aren't working out with their friends, they may be able to drop them quite easily. Or they may be unfaithful to their partners. Maybe they have been in the past. Maybe now they've got to a stage where they've worked on themselves so much, they've looked into their higher self so much, they've asked for support from friends, that they're no longer unfaithful to their partners, but maybe they were in the past. So next, we've got some eye colours here. So let's see what eye colour your soulmate has. So this one came out. We've got medium brown amber for eye colour. And we'll do hair colour next. We have golden blonde hair. We're just going to have a look at what kind of clothing style your soulmate will have, group 5. Here we have basic clothing. So I'm seeing that, oh, we've actually got 2. They're 2 stuck together, so I'm going to take them both. And we've also got prefers summer clothing. So someone who likes summery outfits, and then also someone who likes basic clothes. So when I say basic, I'm thinking of kind of t-shirt and jeans, plain clothes, comfortable clothes. That's what I see for them. And lastly, just as an extra little fun treat, I wanted to look at what kind of dates this soulmate would like to go on. So we have home cooked meal or night in. So a very cozy kind of date I'm seeing for group 5. Your soulmate will enjoy cozy nights in. You know, I'm finding it difficult to see this person as unfaithful, but that was the negative trait that we pulled out. So maybe they've either been unfaithful or they've dealt with problems in the past from unfaithful people. That could be an option too. Like maybe that their exes could have cheated on them and it could have given them some sort of commitment issues. Because we're not seeing a lot about commitment actually here. Although they're looking for their soulmate. That doesn't necessarily mean they're great at commitment. You shall see in the future. So I think we've covered everything. Thank you for watching group 5. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please leave a like down below if you did. I would also love you to comment so that I can know if any of this resonated with you, and feel free to subscribe if you want to watch my pick a card readings in the future. There will be many more, I promise you. So I hope you get to find this person pretty soon and that you have a lovely day. Thank you for watching. Bye.